Hey YouTube, I just wanted to go over some hard money history with you. You notice anything weird about this unit of debt? Because I think it's weird that Andrew Jackson's face is on it. If you know anything about Andrew Jackson, you would know that he vehemently opposed fractional reserve banking and central banking. Yet, here we have his face on this piece of fiat currency. I want to read you an excerpt from the History of Money and Banking in the United States by Murray Rothbard. Out of the bitter experiences of the Panic of 1819 emerged the beginnings of the Jacksonian movement, dedicated to hard money, the eradication of fractional reserve banking in general, and of the Bank of the United States in particular. Andrew Jackson himself, Senator Thomas Hart Old Boy and Benton of Missouri, future President James K. Polk of Tennessee, and Jacksonian economists Amos Kendall of Kentucky and Condi Raggett of Philadelphia were all converted to hard money and 100% reserve banking by the experience of the Panic of 1819. The Jacksonians adopted, or in some cases pioneered in, the currency school analysis, which pinned the blame for boom-bust cycles on inflationary expansions followed by contractions of bank credit. Far from being the ignorant bumpkins that most historians have depicted, the Jacksonians were steeped in the knowledge of sound economics, particularly of the Ricardian currency school. Indeed, no movement in American politics has been as flagrantly misunderstood by historians as Jacksonians. They were emphatically not, as historians until recently have depicted, either ignorant anti-capitalist agrarians or representatives of the rising entrepreneurial class, or tools of the inflationary state banks, or embodiments of an early proletarian anti-capitalist movement, or a non-ideological power group, or electoral machine. The Jacksonians were libertarians, plain and simple. I don't know if I 100% agree with that, just because, they may have been economic libertarians, but I wouldn't say social libertarians. I mean, Andrew Jackson was a slave owner, but so it says, the Jacksonians were libertarians, plain and simple. Their program and ideology were libertarian. They strongly favored free enterprise and free markets, but they just as strongly opposed special subsidies and monopoly privileges conveyed by government to business or to any other group. They favored absolutely minimal government, certainly at the federal level, but also at the state level. They believed that government should be confined to upholding the rights of private property. In the monetary sphere, this meant the separation of government from the banking system and a shift from inflationary paper money and fractional reserve banking to pure specie and banks confined to 100% reserves. So there you have it. I think that this is a spit in the face of Andrew Jackson by having him on this piece of fiat currency, something that he worked so hard to end. I think it's a disgrace. See, putting Andrew Jackson's face on the $20 bill is like putting Jesus' face on a condom wrapper. Do you think Jesus would like that? No. You think Andrew Jackson likes being on that $20 bill? No, I doubt it. So anyway, when Andrew Jackson got elected to the presidency in, I believe, 1829, his main goal was to abolish the Second Bank of the United States, the central bank at that time. And he accomplished his goal. He vetoed the bill, the renewal bill, for the Second Bank of the United States' charter. And Congress failed to override his veto. So he had successfully abolished central banking on the federal level. Can you imagine somebody getting elected nowadays, abolishing the Federal Reserve? That's what Andrew Jackson did. It's amazing. Another thing that Andrew Jackson accomplished while he was in office was he helped get the Coinage Act of 1834 passed through Congress. So what this did was, at the time, there was a big problem with a lack of gold specie in circulation, so a lack of gold coins in the U.S. market, in the economy, to be used as money for transactions. There was a lack of that. We only had silver. Now, this was caused by Gresham's Law. Now, the U.S. government fixed the gold to silver ratio at 15-1 in the late 1700s. Now, you can't really fix the gold and silver ratio. It doesn't really work. It causes problems because the value ratio of gold to silver changes constantly in the market. So you can't, 16 ounces of silver will not always be equal to 1 ounce of gold. Prices fluctuate based off of supply and demand. So when the government fixes that ratio, what happened was the world market pushed gold up higher in value. And that was not reflected in U.S. prices because the ratio was fixed. And what this did was it undervalued gold and it overvalued silver. So what that did was it created an arbitrage opportunity. It created an opportunity for people to buy gold in America and sell it overseas for more money. And that's what they did. So all this gold left America because people were selling it for profits overseas. This caused a problem. This caused a lack of gold in circulation. Now, what the Jacksonians did to fix this was they debased gold, right? So they changed the gold to silver ratio from 15-1 to 16-1, and that more accurately represented the global market gold to silver ratio. And what that did was that caused gold to flow back into America. And after that happened, gold and silver circulated next to each other, side by side in America for years, up until the mid 1800s, like around the Civil War, when Lincoln, brought in the greenback and started inflating away and literally just destroyed all the progress that the Jacksonians had accomplished up until that time. And another thing is, Andrew Jackson paid off the national debt. He was the last president to pay off our national debt. And I think that in and of itself is a great accomplishment. So I just want to make this video to bring back what Andrew Jackson should be known for. He should be known for not this stuff, but this stuff right here. This is the stuff that Andrew Jackson liked. If Andrew Jackson's face should be on anything, even though I'm not a fan of having men's faces on my precious metals usually, but if Andrew Jackson was going to be on anything, it should be a gold coin or a silver coin, because that's what he would have wanted. But maybe what I'll do just for Andrew Jackson, I'll take this $20 bill and I'll buy silver with it. I'll buy silver with it. That'll be like my little FU to the establishment. So I want to say thank you, YouTube, for joining me. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to creating more content. I'll talk to you later.